built. Hi, Bill. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know, so I will tell you. As we settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I've practiced, but it will not mean a thing, 'cause it's impossible to play the bass and sing, sing, sing. You see, the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord's. Whoa, 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 whoa. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember this is serious, remember this is art. Remember this or I will fall apart. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede, and she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules from molecules, atoms, time, and space. I say she made the rules from molecules, atoms, time, and space. I say she made the rules from molecules, atoms, times, and space. And she knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. Down in the south where I come from, it's cold in the winter, better turn your hand now. The farmer plants back to cold for cotton. Apple lie around on the ground getting rotten, and fighting with the Yankee be long forgotten. Down in the south where I come from, just below the Mason-Dixon line, no mint juleps, just the Yankee wine. A redneck's hiding out in the hill. They come to town, get the drunk, looking for a thrill. Down in the south where I come from, red dust spouting from the big steel mill. Red dust settle on your windowsill. Breathe enough of it till your lungs are filled. You could die with any luck you will. Down in the south where I come from, it gets cold in the winter. What's that?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, how you gonna do? I'll find some.
Keep going.
Find some place that he's got.
No, it's fine. I always do this. I don't mean to. It's just no. Keep playing.
Oh,
come on.
see, this is the opening medley of my show. Down in the south where I come from, and then some little kid walks up and says he has to go pee. But I'm going to try to avoid that during the show. Down in the south where I come from, it gets cold in the winter. Is there a
Stop.
Down in the south where I come from, it gets so cold in the winter that it turn your hand numb. Farmer plant tobacco too cold for cotton. Apple lie around on the ground getting rotten. Fighting down in the south where I come from. I say down in the south where I come from. When I was a little boy, growing up in Baltimore, I used to tell my mama everything and more. She said, son, you can't do anything if you set yourself a goal. Whatever you do, boy, don't lose your soul. I prepared to leave the nest. Growing up in Baltimore, I got to telling Mama less and less than I ever did before. I thought it was my turn to fly like an Oriole. She said, fly to the sky, boy, but don't lose your soul. Every day, my mama would pray. 6 children going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. As I was turning 23, or was it 24? I got to telling Mama less and less than I ever did before. I thought it was my time to fly. Before. Got to meeting people doing things. I'm playing jazz and rock and roll. Drinking lots, getting stoned, losing my soul. Got to feeling bad enough. I went back to Baltimore. I tried to climb back up into the nest I had left before. But the winter winds are come and gone. I've blown the nest down from the tree, and the only person gonna save us all was a person named me. Every day, my mama would pray. 6 children going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Nowadays I'm 79. My hair has gotten thin. Still I'm sitting waiting for the good times to begin. Mama's gone and left us now. She finally reached the final goal. But she thinking, do what you want, boy, but don't lose your soul. Every day, my mama would pray. 6 children going every which way for the devil. We was mighty fine prey. We was Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. I say Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Billy, John, Bowie, Jean, Valerie, and Jay. Tell you a story and I won't lie. Mama used to make a salamander pie. Crunchy, munchy, good for you. Think about it, turn some folk blue. You go down the creek, take off your socks, look for the salamander underneath the rocks. Find one, take a stick, then you sock it. You put what left into your pocket. Salamander pie. Turn up the rocks and you watch them run. Little critter skitter in the noonday sun. Find one, take a stick, and then you whomp it. If you can't find a stick, you just take your foot and stomp it. Salamander pie. Catch a many salamander as you able. Go home, put the salamander on the table. Salamander good to fry or bake. You can make yourself a salamander pie or cake. Salamander cake. Mama say that you just can't beat it. Mama say it, but you never eat it. Tell you a story and I won't lie. There ain't nothing finer than salamander pie. There ain't nothing finer than salamander pie. There ain't nothing finer than salamander pie. Bye, 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 boom, 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 boom. We won't talk about that. Hi. With the exception of the interruption from my grandson, who is always welcome. And at any time. You're welcome at any time. Don't get me wrong.
But I asked the question and then you stopped playing. I wanted you to stop.
Yeah, you solved your problem. See, that's the first 4 songs I'm planning for my one-man show called Boy from Baltimore, or maybe Baltimore. Because I realized that I got nothing else to talk about except New York and Baltimore, and Baltimore is a lot more crazy than New York. So those are the first 4 songs, and then I make up what I say about Baltimore in between. But that's a nice little medley. That's a nice little medley, I think. The opening trifecta, the plot thickens. It's a quartet, 4 songs. Impossible to sing and play the bass. I was looking down to see what's first. Deep down in the South, When I Was a Little Boy, and Salamander Pie. 4 songs, count them. So, thank you, Al Quithens. Salamander Pie tastes as good as ever. Salamander Pie, all good. Well, you can tell I'm in a good mood because I'm standing right beneath the old Verizon Tower. Where anybody need to see the tower? I think we do. I think we just need to know. I'm not kidding. And that's why that little yellow streak you see going in my ear and into the phone is the signal from the Verizon Tower. But it works pretty nice. Jeff Franzel is watching. Nice set. Yeah, Bill, that's going to be the opening. That's my plan. Of course, it's always going to change, but that's my plan, is to open up a one-man show. I'm going to do my one-man show. I had a one-man show which Doug Romoff was involved in 20 years ago. But I'm going to do it again with all the new songs. I've gotten so many new songs that they're a lot better songs, a lot more interesting songs to me, be more fun. And that's the thing. How are you?
I'm so happy.
And a friend of mine came along who wanted to say hello. Hello. It's the country. See the country.
I like it here.
Except I feel the frizz from that tower. That tower's getting right through me. Oh, sorry. That tower's getting right through me. Let's get out of here. Here he is. Does anybody need to know what this wonderful trophy is about? Because really, I can tell you. I got this MAC award in 1997 for the outstanding jazz bass player, singer, or something like that. And the little thing around his neck is the award. I got the same award in 1992. And I just can't seem to part with it anymore.
So he must be worth a lot.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not saying you're gonna sell him, but I'm just saying, like.
No, he's worth something. He's worth something to me, but mostly he's worth something as a key to hang on to when all else is lost on my live show. I can always hold up my statue and say, it's good. Reception is dropping out. How can that be? How can that be? Can't be here. Oh no, the tower came down. No, it didn't. I don't know. Hi, Jay. Vaughn is cool. Apple doesn't fall far from the train. Nancy Winston. Yeah, he's a cool kid. Oscar shamed you into taking him tonight. It's true. You should have heard what he said to me. I can't even repeat it. I can't repeat what Oscar said to me last night. Let's see. Wayne Escoffer is watching. Hey, Wayne, how you feeling? Francois Zalakane. Francois. Christopher Lentz. Hey, Christopher. Doug Romoff is watching. Ned White. Howard Gloucester. Maurice Nadal. Oh, Maurice Nadal. Where are you watching from, Maurice? Maurice Nadal, my neighbor in Hope. Haven't seen her in 3 years. Adam's Time and Space, well done. Adam's Time and Space, I don't even know where that came from. Adam's Time and Space, Impossible Singing Play. So yeah, Aaron Gottlieb. I just want to see who's here tonight. Helmer Hems, Stan Iroff, Albert Cutson, Herb Sierra. Hello, Herb. Mark Myler, Mimi Jones. Mimi Jones is watching. Christopher Lentz, go Jay, go. That's what. Whew. Very good connection here in Kristiansand, Norway. Really? Kristiansand, Norway? I played it over there with Mel Torme in Kristiansand, Norway. That's where you are, Helmer? No kidding. Ned White, the Chancellor, Christopher Lentz. Pictures fine, no dropouts. Well, Bill Crow is complaining. He's not getting it. So I don't think it's this end. I'll tell you that. I don't think it's the same. Now let me see. I wrote a bunch of songs that I was going to audition for the show, because that's really where I'm coming from. Is I want this show. Oh yes, and at some point in the show I go, I've been thinking about my dear old Uncle Jim, a man who led a sad and lonely life. He drank too much and never finished much of what he started. Divorced his only wife. It's so quiet, there's no cars coming by. He was my father's only brother, don't you know my mother? She never cared for Jim. Because he drank too much, divorced his wife. He never went to church once his whole life. They did not want us growing up like him. Growing up like him. But to speak in his behalf, the man could joke, the man could laugh. And he brought joy into my life. What did I care if he drank too much and never finished nothing? Divorced his only wife. Wife. He was my father's only brother, don't you know my mother? She never cared for Jim, because he drank. He and my father, see, they shared their similarities, but in most ways they was like day and night. My father was industrious, earned himself a fortune. Jim just liked to drink and write. When Jim was young, he went to work and at the local papers, reporting on the hot news of his day. But then somewhere along the line, he quit his job, he changed his mind. And why, he'd never say. He went to work teaching English at the local high school and selling life insurance on the side. Ended up selling life insurance to his friends, who was the only one who had none when he died. Once I went and lost the only thing besides his Mason's ring that ever gave him any pride. I went and lost the gun that he brought home from World War I. I told him one night he got drunk and cried. When Jim got drunk, he used to introduce me to his goldfish, said he knew each and every one by name. He drank too much, but after his wife left him and his daughter took her life, he never was the same. Cancer finally got the man. He spent his final days shooting morphine, drinking booze. And in the weeks before he died, there was my mama at his side. She said, drink up, Jim, what you got to lose? Which is leading me to say that I've been thinking more these days about my dear departed Uncle Jim. He drank too much and never finished much of what he started. And they named me after him. They named me after him. I'm proud to say they named me after him. True story, totally accurate. Where did Vaughn go? True depiction of my namesake, James Chancellor Leonhart. Uncle Jim was a veteran of the First World War and would never talk about it. But he went over there with the Marines, and he was quite a guy. And I loved him, needless to say. So that song is going to be a real part. I think that's got to be later in the show after things are going to do. But I'm just doing it tonight because last night I screwed it all up. I couldn't remember. I've been thinking about my dear old Uncle Jim, a man who led a sad and lonely life. I just had another melody in my mind. So my daughter gave me a talking to. My daughter Carolyn gave me a talking to. She said, Dad, if you're going to do songs, you owe it to yourself to practice them in the afternoon. Know what you're going to do. So when you get on, you don't have to feel bad. Here he is.
Hello.
My Hope pal, my Hope buddy, who is had his last day of school today, and is thrilled. I mean, internet school, and he is having a good time. He is celebrating. He's been doing handstands and what's that thing you call when you kick yourself up from soccer?
A kick up.
A kick up. A kick up.
It's
Not a
not
hiccup.
from soccer.
Can you? Yes, it is. Isn't it?
What do you mean?
The kick up?
Bicycle kick?
No, the thing where you're on the land on the ground and you kick yourself up.
Yeah.
It's a kick up.
Yeah.
What if you get a hiccup during your kick up? I'm sorry. I just got it. He got a hiccup during a kick up. Sir Vaughn, go Vaughn. Here, go back there and do it. Show me. Get in the camera.
Do it.
Get in the camera. Try it.
I can't.
Okay, can't do it yet.
No, I'll try.
He'll audition. Here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give it your best one.
I want to move away from the comments.
Oh,
Which are over.
no, you don't. The comments, they won't bother you. The people don't see the comments.
Okay. Yeah,
The
they
way
do.
okay, go ahead. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not good. Don't.
It's not good. He's learning how to do this.
Oh, I can't do it.
Can't do it. He's done so many today. That's good, though. That's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
close.
I can do this. Hold on.
I can't do that. I got into their hammock today and couldn't get out of it. This big, deep hammock. And I got into it, took a nice little rest, and trying to get out of it without falling down. It took 3 people.
Made up for the rest.
Made up for the rest. I was so exhausted that the rest didn't count. Anyway, Casey Conrad is watching. Things will pick up. I like it when he dances behind you. Yes. And here's another song that's got to be in it. I miss he meant the world to me. His spirit set me free. And I've been walking around and suddenly I really start to miss R.B. Ray Brown. I miss that big broad smile. Ain't seen it for a while. But in my mind it seems to stay, and I hope it will never fade away. And I've been walking around and suddenly I really start to miss Ray Brown. And I was realizing before that I should talk, because Ray was very important to me. As a kid in Baltimore, his whole spirit and his music, I've said this many times before, but his spirit and music just really kept me going. All right, Roy. They want to see you dance, man. They want to see you dance. He gave it his all. He gave Now he's looking, he's waiting for the reviews. Go to Sardi's. Go to Sardi's. The reviews will be in shortly. Excellent. Excellent moves. Shake it, Vaughn. If you're wondering why I'm with Vaughn, it's because, well, you see this virus hit the earth, and Carolyn and his mom, my daughter Carolyn, and he moved in with us to take care of us about, how many, 2 months ago, was it?
Yeah, so actually it's a funny story because we were at our house, me and my mom were at our house, and I like our house, but I love their house a lot. And so I was like, Mom, can we go to Grandma and Grandpa's? Mom. I bother her with it all the time. So one day she gave in, and it was a whole thing, and we were like, okay, we're going for 3 days. That 3 days turned into a week. That week turned into 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into a month, and a month turned into the whole summer.
That's it.
We're staying here for the whole summer now. So those 3 days, like, it's crazy. Like, I was getting ready to go. I was so excited, even for 3 days. It was crazy.
Well,
but yeah.
And here we are. Here we are.
I really want to go into that playground, but I can't because there probably is so many germs.
Oh yeah, right. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's
too bad.
Actually, I'm gonna bring gloves next time. So.
Well, there are gloves in the car.
There are?
Yes. I keep gloves all the time.
No, I'm still not gonna do it.
Still not gonna do it. I knew he wouldn't. I knew he's too smart for that. Anyway, Miss Narby Blues. Here's a song that I rarely do. I did this. My sister's dying to hear a song I wrote called "Lonely Rider."
Can I use this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I need your thing. Put it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. Lonely Rider. So it was about Carolyn when she was 3, sitting in a county fair out in Frederick, Maryland. And she was just riding around in this train in the sun. And it was so adorable. She was just so intent riding in the train, experiencing it, enjoying it. She was the only rider in this little toy train. And she went around and around this little track and just was so intent on enjoying it. But I wrote a song called Lonely Rider because I was looking at it. It was really touching to me to see her just sitting there, sitting in the train, just experiencing a little toy train going around and around on the track. So I wrote a song called Lonely Rider, and I've never performed it, and I'll have to get it together. I've got to get it together. Got to get it together. But it shan't be tonight. And I got to talk about Mel Torme and talk about Ray Brown too. I'll talk about Ray Brown before I do that song. I won't leave it. I'll make sure that everybody knows that RB is Ray Brown. Find a couple pictures that he and I don't have a lot of pictures with him actually. I wasn't big on taking pictures. I hated that. Oh, come on, take a picture with me. I was just too hip for that. Oh no, I don't take pictures. You're begging the people who I adored to take a picture with me. But I'll make them up. You should see my Photoshop of a great day in Harlem with me in the window, waving behind everybody else. It didn't work out so well. It didn't look real. It looked better now. I've got better Photoshop stuff. I'll get myself in that picture yet. I did know half the people in the picture. I did work with half of them in the Greater Town of Harlem. I mean, that was taken in, the 60s, I guess, maybe, something like that. I got to know half of them. So I brag about that. Let's see. And here's the song I want to do. Don't take a boy, turn him into a soldier. Don't teach a boy how to kill. Don't take a boy and teach him to be tough. He will learn that soon enough. Yes, he will. Don't take a boy and bury his feelings. Buried feelings do not make a man. Don't take a boy and teach him life's dirty dealings. Take a boy, hold him tight while you can. Yes, let the flower grow, and the man that you will know will have the strength of which you dream. And someday he'll be grown, have a mind, and someday he'll be grown, have a mind all his own. Thinking thoughts that run clear and thoughts that run beautiful, like a clear crystal stream. Yes, let the flower grow, and the man that you will know will have the strength of which you dream. And someday he'll be grown, have a mind all his own. Thinking thoughts that run clear and thoughts that run beautiful, like a clear crystal stream. Now that song has to be in the show. That song has to be in the show. It certainly does. That got written because I saw a man hitting his son with a belt on 86th Street. And I said, no. You don't do that. That's not how you do it. And I hate to say it, but my son, Michael, is the exact what that song is about. Mind running clear like a crystal, like a clear crystal stream. And my daughter, for that matter, I didn't. But that happened to be about boys because my son getting whacked. Hey, Bud. Hey, Mary O'Keefe. How are you? I just want to take a little look up here to see who's... Can I wait to hear Lonely Rider? Yeah, well, it's a good one. I mean, I have to really learn how to play these with bass. Brian Hicks is watching. Christopher Lentz, great summer vacation, Vaughn. Can I move in too? I understand. Christine Lansford, it happens like that sometimes. Bill Crow, 5 stars, Vaughn. Thank you. Mary Jane Arbor, go Vaughn, go. Oh, that's the whole Vaughn dance section. Well, you asked for it, you got it. Yes, it does have a message. I mean, I didn't really, I guess, I didn't write a whole lot of message songs. Oh, here's a message song. And I'm going to put this in the song show too. Because I have another song up, which I can't do right now, but I'll just think, look down off a bridge, I think I may jump. My life ain't going like it should. I'll throw myself off into the freezing water and end this mess for good. What's the matter with me? One bridge I see, Fantasies fill up my head, head. Well, you can blame it on your mama, your need for high drama. But remember, once you're dead, you're dead. I'll throw myself off, I'll do a fancy dive. Triple backflip with a twist. Degree of difficulty 9.5. I'll do it perfect and I'll just break my wrist. What's the matter with me? One bridge I see. Fantasies fill up my head, head. Well, you can blame it on your mama, your need for high drama. But remember, once you're dead, you're dead. Woo, woo, whoa, woo, woo, wee. Woo, woo, whoa, whoa, woo, wee. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look down off a bridge into the freezing water, 200 feet below. Inside a voice says, come on, boy, make your choice. It's getting late and I got to go. So I walk off that bridge. I know I am crazy. Time to examine my head. The man say, blame it on your mama, your need for high drama. You can blame the Dalai Lama or your love of trauma. You can blame it on your mama, your need for high drama. But remember, once you're dead, you're dead. Ooh, 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 I dreamt that up. I was looking down at a bridge one day and I said, ooh. I mean, I honestly, I'm lucky that I never wanted to throw myself off the bridge. I mean, I looked at it once, and oh, Jesus, that's where the whole song came from. And then the song that follows is, very few have lived to tell the story. There's not a lot of them around. This is in the dark part of the show. So when they talk, I think we ought to listen very carefully, for what they have to say might be profound. People who've jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge and then survived the fall are very hard to find. One man tells us just what he was thinking as he fell, what was going through his mind. First of all, he says he jumped quite quickly, without a hint of indecision. Didn't linger, didn't wait, didn't stop to meditate, but jumped with purpose and precision. But as he fell, he says he got to thinking, as any self-respecting jumper might. In fact, he says his mind went into supersonic hyperdrive, hastened by the nature of his flight. As he fell, he says he realized that oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't planning to do this. As he fell, he realized that as he fell, he realized that perhaps he jumped too quickly. He jumped too quickly. It's something about thought it over in the last verse. As he fell, he realized that for every problem in his life, solutions did exist. All of this occurred to him in the 3 seconds it took him to fall and disappear into the mist. da do da do da. As he fell, he realized. Perhaps he jumped too quickly. Perhaps he's been as he fell, he realized perhaps he jumped too quickly. Perhaps he'd been a little rash. As he fell, he realized perhaps he was it's something like that. And then it proceeds the last line. Sorry, I didn't think I'd lose that one. I'm not even going to look at the checks. Long, love this. How are you? Yes. Very few with a bridge. La 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 la, laugh on them, wasn't it? Caroline is going to give you another talking to. That's true. She's going to say, well, I didn't plan to do this. I didn't make a long enough list, and she's going to give me a talking to. But that song probably, it has to be. Those two have to be in it somewhere. Then I got to do this one. Got to do the Judge, but I'm not going to try. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. Just move off from Baltimore, just turned 21. Ah, my life has finally begun. Somebody just clapped. You're gonna have somebody going, yay! It's the first time in 3 or 4 days that's happened. The Playboy Club is full of bunnies hopping around all night. Young ladies dressed as bunny rabbits, fluffy tails so white. Their costumes so revealing that no secrets do remain. You play the bass, you slowly go insane. Life around the rabbits ain't as funny as it seems. Soon I find I'm talking to Bugs Bunny in my dreams. All those pretty creatures so close yet so far away. Life gets more confusing day by day. The pressure keeps on building in me as the nights go by. Soon I cannot even look a rabbit in the eye. So I go to a shrinker and start spilling out my guts. Do-do, do-do-do-do. He says, son, I think we're going nuts. Says you need a change of scenery, the Grand Canyon would be nice. But someplace far away from bunnies, drinks, and tinkling ice. There's got to be a better place for you, God only knows. Someplace where the waitresses wear clothes. Tell no one your problem, just pack your bass and quit. Zip that case around the base, pick it up and split. So I told the leader of the band I really had to go. Packed my car and drove to Mexico. Filled my brain with desert sand, then drove up to Pikes Peak. I discovered the Grand Canyon, so I hung out for a week. Wandered around the painted desert, watched the cactus grow. Headed south to Mexico. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. Just came up from just moved up from Baltimore, just turned 21. Ah, my life has finally begun. Ah, my life has finally begun. Ah, my life is my life has finally begun. That's what it is. My life has finally begun. Practice sessions. I know, I should have practiced them, but I didn't. I couldn't practice them all. Getting closer. Keith O'Ken, hi Keith. Marla Lewis, hi Marla. Bye-bye Marla. Got to get back to the family. Please do. Please do. Let's see what time it is. I'm going to leave you for a second. 7:23. It's hard to do the 10-word song out here because I could write it down and I don't have enough. And I got to be prepared for a quick exit in case the tower falls or something happens. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat tonight. Here's another one. Here's the last song I'm going to do tonight, and it's got to be in the show for sure. It's 5 p.m. I'm sitting in an airplane at LaGuardia. The captain says there will be a delay. Oh no, this isn't good. You see, I've got to be in Washington, D.C. tonight to play for Mel Torme. Out the window of the airplane, lightning's crashing, winds are thrashing, skies are dark, and rain is whipping by. Still somehow 3 hours from now, I've got to be in Washington, D.C. This plane has got to fly. I did not tell a soul last night about my little New York flight. I knew that I could make it back in time. But now it looks like Mel Torme may play tonight without the bass. And let me tell you, that would be a crime. That would be a crime. I really hate to say it, but I think my luck has finally run out. My warranty has just expired. Because if I am not in Blues Alley tonight at 8 o'clock and playing bass for Mel Torme, I will be fired. You see, I really like this job. We always have a lot of fun. Everybody gets along real well. We play a lot of real nice solos. We play a lot of real nice songs. I get lots of solos, but now I'm going to blow it all to hell. It's going to be curtains with Torme. I'm very sad to have to say I will be history. I will be gone. So as the plane just sits right here, I'll figure out a new career. But adios, Mel. I'll be moving on. Then around 6:35, the engines roar. They come alive, and seconds later, we are in the air. I begin to think that there is hope that I may somehow make this gig tonight. Oh, do I even dare? But God, the weather's terrible. We're flying right through thunderstorms, yet the captain just keeps pressing on. Now the airplane's diving, dumping, jiving, jumping, bouncing, bumping. I think I can see the White House lawn. It defies all understanding how we could be really landing, but at 7:30 we touch down. Congratulations, Captain. No, I never had the slightest doubt. Now, pardon me, I've got to get downtown. I get a taxi right away with absolutely no delay. Tell the taxi driver of my plight. Before we even settle down, he mashes that old pedal down. We fly to town as we make every light. O'clock we reach Blues Alley. I walk in quite casually, as if I were under such duress. I saunter through the restaurant trying to be nonchalant, but inside I am a total mess. I see the show has not begun. They're waiting for me. Oh, isn't this fun? I don't think I'll survive. So fully prepared to meet my doom, I walk into the dressing room and find out I'm the first one to arrive. With all my worry and my fear, it turns out I'm the first one here. Sometimes life can be sublime. In spite of all the stress and strain I went through on that stinking plane, I'm the only one who's here on time. The only one on time. The only one on time. Then around 8:35, the others frantically arrive, apologizing all the way. They're rushing around, they're in a panic like musicians on the Titanic. I tell them, fellas, it's okay. Everyone, including Mel, is rushing around upset as hell. As only I am as calm as I could be. Here I almost blew this gig. I almost screwed up really big, but now I'm Mr. Punctuality. that's me. I was absolutely certain I would never make this curtain. This gig would be the death of me. I could feel the noose around my neck. I was a total nervous wreck, but now, Mr. Punctuality. 5 p.m. I'm sitting in an airplane at LaGuardia. The captain says there will be a delay. Oh no, this isn't good. You see, I've got to be in Washington, D.C. tonight to play for Mel Torme. I am on time and everything's okay, and I'm gonna play for Mel. So Torme. Oh boy, I'm enthusiastic about this. Put a nice book together, learn the hell out of it. I mean, to do these songs in a row, you're not performing. Daryl Weinsman. Hi, Daryl Weinsman. Priscilla Quinby. Why, I know Priscilla Quinby. That's my sister-in-law, Priscilla Quinby. Albert Coulson, like the bass players play, do we get a prorated proportion of our admission feedback? Yes, you're all going to get. It's what is it? 8:45 now. You're going to get. I'll send you all a check for 1/4. Why was everybody else late? Was there a velvety fog? Cute. They're yelling at me tonight. They're yelling at me. How about that? Nothing nasty. But really outside in the sunshine. Daryl Weinsman. Well, Daryl, I'm outside because I'm near the Verizon Tower, so I can definitely get. Let me see if I can get my head out of the way here. How do I do this? I'm near the Verizon Tower where my phone is registering 39,000 stars. The reception is so good, and I was so bugged sitting in my backyard when the reception was bad and things just stopped. Then I said, screw it, I'm going to go someplace where I can. I thought I would hook my bass directly into a Verizon Tower, and then I said, well, I'll do the next best thing. I'll stand right next to one and do the show. And there's others around. I haven't searched. There's one up in a little town of Bethlehem. No, it's a little town of forget what it's called, but it's north of here. And I see it on the map. And I'm going to go take a look, try to check out their tower. But this is ideal. I mean, all this space and everything, And it's fun to sing out loud. You have to project in outside. There's no walls holding you down. And the sound, there's no dumb echo. You need a tower in your backyard. I was looking. They have a whole thing about what people pay to lease, what phone companies pay people to put a tower in their backyard. There's so much garbage. Everybody's talking about, I put a tower in my backyard and my head is turning green now. And then the guy who repairs them says, listen, I've been climbing those towers for years and everything's fine. My kids are fine. I'm fine. Nobody's had, and there's all these things about, my eyes are turning purple and my teeth are falling out because I've got a tower in my backyard. I don't believe it. You need a tower in your backyard. It looks good outside. Abilene starts with an A, right? Abilene, Kansas, that's right. No, it's up Route 94. It's, I don't know, Abilene starts with an A, right? It's Arkansas, no. Arctic Circle, no. It's right up above us, above Hope. You'd have to tune in the towers and then you'd see it. It's Greene County. We had a neighbor with an enormous tower, a ham radio enthusiast. What an eyesore. What, the tower or the neighbor was an eyesore? Was the neighbor that ugly? Oh, the tower was an eyesore. I know, they're not nice. But he had so much fun. Are you just using your phone for these broadcasts? Yes, I am. I am just my phone. And I didn't bring my special wind mic or anything like that. I'm using an iPhone with its microphone and that. But I'm standing next to the tower. Oh, it's a little too close. Listen, folks, I've used up some of your refund now. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. That means you're for establishing the establishment, because disestablishmentarianism would be your disestablishment. All right. So if you're anti that, you're for establishment, and that's me for the establishment. Listen, you all, I'm going to go now. It's great to see you. Thank you all for showing up. I greatly appreciate it. These moments are wonderful for me. I'm learning so much. I really am. I'm going to put my show together, and because of this, my show's going to get together. Yeah, cancer towers. Well, they're not. They're not. Nobody's. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. Let's put it that way. And now I'm going to finish my lecture this evening by saying goodnight to all of you lovely people. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.